late, so we decided to squeeze the session by a few minutes. We'll try our best. This is the second last session of the day, and our guest is very eminent speaker and Honorable Secretary General of BIMSTEC. Yesterday he spoke eloquently about BIMSTEC cooperation. That's my duty to introduce him. Before he took charge of the BIMSTEC, he was our representative in the PR, we call, in UN, in Geneva, and many other international organizations. And Sir has also served in the additional secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs. 33 years career in diplomacy. I had a chance to work with him closely when he was the Secretary Consul General in Guangzhou. I was coming there along with the team to talk about regional cooperation with China and many things. So how you go for this rapid fire chat? We have a rapid fire chat, but I assure you, sir, we don't have fire brigade. So if there is a fire comes out, we have to manage it by ourselves. So we'll go by, just an introduction by His Excellency Indramani Pandeyji, and then we'll show you the video, which will be 4 minutes, then some questions. And if time permits, we try to wind it up by 20 minutes or 15, 20 minutes. Then I will pick up some questions from the audience. So, sir, an introduction by you.
Very good afternoon. This is the penultimate session. I think you have all had more than 3 hours deliberations. So I know there is a fatigue setting in. Yesterday I had spoken about BIMSTEC in the context of Indo-Pacific. In the morning session today, the challenges that we face in Indo-Pacific have been laid out by speakers. What we need to do was also outlined. The session before this dealt with multilateral cooperation. When we look at multilateral cooperation going beyond bilateral cooperation among the countries, it can take many forms. It can take form of global multilateral platforms like you have United Nations or international organizations. It can take form of minilaterals. It can take form of intergovernmental regional organizations. In our region, in Asia Pacific, there are 4 organizations to my mind which are very focused on sustainable development. So Indian Ocean Rim Association towards west of India, then BIMSTEC, Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Cooperation in the center. Then we have ASEAN, again focused on sustainable development, and then Pacific Islands Forum. So in this context, when we actually look at regional co-op organizations playing their role in sustainable development within Indo-Pacific, BIMSTEC becomes very important for India and for eastern states of India and for northeastern states of India, because this organization brings together India's important neighbors in the east and also some countries from Southeast Asia, and provides that platform of bringing South Asia and Southeast Asia together. I'll be very happy to answer your specific questions, Prabir Day. But before that, we'll play a short video, because then that will take care of a lot of curiosity that you would have about BIMSTEC. It's not a very well-known organization, and that's why I thought it's important for all of you to become aware of some of the basic details. Thank you.
Yeah, can you show the video? Thank you very much. So, sir, I'm going to ask you about three questions. I had an opportunity to work with all the Secretary General. Sir is the fourth Secretary General. So I have seen the Secretariat coming in Dhaka, and we had a Kolkata consensus in 2007 declaration, if I'm correct. And actually, Kolkata is supposed to host the Secretariat. And if we are going to write some story about BIMSTEC, it will come in the background materials later on. But let me ask you a question, sir. You have a very successful sixth summit in Bangkok, and you signed an agreement on maritime cooperation. If you can tell us this maritime cooperation agreement, how this is going to help building our trade and connectivity. Yeah.
So there are four key areas of that maritime cooperation agreement. One is to increase the shipping linkages between the member states. Second pillar of that will be to have more cooperation among the ports. Third aspect will be to deal with some of the impediments which are there in ports when it comes to taking care of incoming goods, exports and imports, and also people entering through those ports. So the logistical aspects will be taken care. And fourth aspect is cooperation among the member states to enhance the infrastructure of the ports. Under the agreement, there is a provision for joint shipping committee. We have already requested member states to start nominating their nominees, even though agreement itself has not come into force. It has only been ratified by India. We are awaiting ratification by other member states. But we have started the process of implementation. Also, the standard operating procedure for implementing this agreement is also being negotiated, so that once the agreement enters into force, we'll have the procedure in place, we'll have the joint shipping committee in place to start cooperation. And we recently had a ports conclave hosted by India in Visakhapatnam. That was an endeavor to bring the ports of our region together. And may I also add that India has proposed to set up a center of excellence for cooperation in maritime transport, which will then spearhead cooperation in maritime connectivity in BIMSTEC region.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Now, if we come to the Business Council, last year we have seen, or early this year, that India has activated the Chambers of Commerce. We had a great successful session conference in Delhi, which was attended by our Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, and Sir was also there. So, is there any plan to connect the industry association like Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry, connecting with other member states? So, what is your thought about it, connecting the business associations?
I think that's a very important goal of BIMSTEC. There was a BIMSTEC Business Forum which had met a number of times, and then the meetings were not held again. So in fact, Indian Chamber of Commerce, which is located here in Kolkata, they took the initiative of hosting a BIMSTEC Business and Investment and Conclave in October 2023. So I would like to thank actually ICC for taking that initiative. This initiative was taken forward. In August 2024, CII hosted the first BIMSTEC Business Summit. And then Honorable Prime Minister has committed that BIMSTEC Business Summits would be held on a regular basis. So we are hoping that the second edition of that summit would be convened soon. In the meanwhile, there is a proposal to create a BIMSTEC Business Chamber. Bangladesh, which leads the cooperation in trade and investment, has prepared a concept paper which has been shared with all the member states. And once we have the member states responding on the basis of feedback from their own chambers, then we'll have this chamber set up. So this will bring together all the business and industry associations of our member states. Of course, in context of BIMSTEC, Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry has a very important role to play, because as I have been underlining, our northeastern states, our eastern states have very important role to play in taking forward cooperation under BIMSTEC. And this chamber can actually bring together chambers from our region and Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and Thailand, and become the fulcrum for cooperation among the business communities.
Thank you. Sir, if you go to the people-to-people relation, BIMSTEC Secretariat and the member states, they have been undertaking many activities. We recently had BIMSTEC cultural program in Guwahati. So what is your plan, how do you connect Kolkata, for example, which is known for its cultural eminence in the region, or Bihar, Rajgir, Nalanda, or some parts of the northeast, or in Orissa, connecting with the rest of the BIMSTEC countries?
I think people-to-people relations have been very important aspect of our cooperation. So we have a lot of activities in culture, in tourism. We have a network of BIMSTEC think tanks. When it comes to cultural cooperation and how to associate different states of India, we have to defer to Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, because as an intergovernmental organization, the Secretariat mainly deals with the central government, and then the government decides which are the venues, which are the organizations it would like to associate with BIMSTEC activities. So that's why I think the event that you mentioned, BIMSTEC Youth Summit, was held recently in Guwahati. And earlier also, a number of BIMSTEC events have been held in Eastern India and Northeastern India. I think in Government of India's thinking, in Ministry's thinking, this region plays very important role.
Thank you very much. So we come to an end of the rapid fire session. Sorry that we had to cut short because of the time constraint. So please put your hands together and give a round of applause to Honorable Secretary General. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Pandey. In fact, just stay back. We have a pleasant task to perform. We'll hand over the memento. Dr. Dev, you can hand over the memento. Yesterday, Dr. Pandey was there. And in fact, if you have gone through the newspapers, he's all across the newspapers by virtue of his speech yesterday. I'll share that separately with you. And sir, just to take, can we do the mementos please first? And I'll just conclude this. Can we have a round of applause?
Thank you.
And sir, just to take a note, just to take a leaf out of what you suggested for us as a Chamber of Commerce, yes, we have also taken a note of what you mentioned. And back in 2023, we have also started this initiative wherein we have also brought together regional chambers of commerce from across the broader Indo-Pacific. In fact, many of the chambers are here. I can see Mr. Chotrani, Mr. Sengupta. We have Dato Ramesh Kodamal. So they are all from different parts of ASEAN, which is Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam. And in fact, Mr. Rathod is here, who is from Nepal. Bhutan, unfortunately, couldn't make it. And that time, we had Bangladesh also. So we had actually taken this initiative, and we'd like to work together closely so that we can amplify this initiative further. Thank you so much.